Who do we have in the building? Miss Tanya, would you like to give a testimony about your weight control experience with our extreme HCG reactor?
Sure. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, thank you.
Wonderful. Yes, I use the HCG reactor to help to jumpstart my weight loss journey last year. I started it in April, and I followed the meal plan. It does come with a meal plan that is a low calorie, but unlike other low calorie meal plans where you're just eating low calories and doing nothing else, the HCG reactor reacts or enacts the HCG hormone that is naturally inside us, which allows us to be able to make up the calories that we aren't eating by burning abnormal fat that is just stored in your body for no reason. It's a lot of times that fat that's around your waist and places where it's difficult to release. And that allows your body to reset itself so that it can burn that fat on a regular basis once you go back to a regular meal plan. So I did that last April. I was able to lose 17 pounds in 30 days and about 27 inches overall in that 30 days. And it's just a great thing with that and some other products that we've come out with since. I've been able to maintain, and it's been a great experience. At the time, I couldn't exercise because of a bulging disc in my back. I do exercise now, but not as strenuously as I need to in order to keep weight off. So having some of the other great products that I'm sure you're going to talk about in a few minutes allows me to maintain as well.
Great. Thank you, Tanya. And thank you for dropping that nugget that HCG has a meal plan, as well as Life comes with an approved and disapproved food list, so you don't have to pay extra for a meal plan. So at this time, next up, we are going to talk about the money. And in this portion, I'm going to yield the floor over to my wonderful partner, Latasha Carpenter. This is her ace.
Thank you so much. I was surely pulling up that Jeopardy music to let y'all know that y'all was going too long. Y'all was about to hear that dun 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 dun. It was on my screen. I was about to play it because we don't try to keep people too long on here. Okay, guys. So hopefully anybody, I want to make sure that we are yielding to our guests first before I move on to the money, because everyone is not here about the money. And with us, this is called the Reclaim Your Health event. And what's most important to us is how people are functioning with their health. So I want to make sure that all questions regarding to health is opened up. If anybody wants to have an individual one-on-one health goal discussion with either one of us, we are able to meet with you afterwards. So will our guests identify yourself and who invited you? And if you have any quick questions, we'll be glad to yield the questions to you on the floor, because a question that you're thinking about might be a question that someone else is thinking about. Does anyone have any questions? And just introduce yourself and who invited you. Just unmute and feel free.
I go first. My real name is Tammy, but Latasha, I've been talking to you, Lisa. My nickname is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey. But I know I used to take high blood pressure. That was been over 5 years ago, but it's hereditary. But I stopped because something just told me to stop taking it.
Okay, so Lisa, is your sister Nicole on too? Did she make it? Okay. So, hi, sweetheart. So for both of you, I definitely want to yield the floor back to Mr. Terrence Coleman, because he has a testimony about blood pressure. So everyone, please just forgive me, because again, we just care more about you guys as individuals. Our first thing is to take care of people, and most of us have clients that convert to partners later on. We're not here about the money. We're here about a health mission to help our communities get better. So Terrence, can you please share your testimony?
Absolutely. And I put in the comment in this chat that Gano, when Tasha was talking about Ganodermalucinum, the Gano, I said Gano was my favorite. And the reason why Gano was my favorite, and don't put this music on me, the reason why Gano was my favorite is because in 2010 I had a stroke when I was age 38. When I was 38 years of age, I had a stroke, and it was due to high blood pressure. And wasn't taking my high blood pressure. Cut it
You want to be
out.
smart and tell me not to put on the music. Say, guys, we just play like that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I had a stroke at the age of 38 because I was not taking my high blood pressure medicine.
Oh, wow.
And I'm a man. High blood pressure, the side effects of the high blood pressure medication are terrible on men. I won't get graphic like Natasha said, this is PG, but it is terrible on men. So I wasn't taking my medication and I had a stroke at the age of 38 for not taking my medicine. But we have an all natural product called the Gano. Natasha talked about it. That we can take, and I was taking the Gano in conjunction with my high blood pressure medication. Now, when I got diagnosed, I got put on medication. They told me I'll be on for the rest of my life. But with me taking this Gano in conjunction with my medication, my blood pressure was so low that they had to remove me off one of the blood pressure medications that they told me that I will be on for the rest of my life. So our products are awesome. You heard my testimony about the tea. Now I'm telling you about the Gano, which is my favorite because I got a personal testimony, a real personal testimony with this.
So I should go with like the tea and the Gano.
Absolutely, because you'll get a double dosage because Gano is in our tea as well. It's not as much in the Gano in the tea as in the Gano, but it's still in the Gano as the Gano is in the tea as well, as well as the chocolate, which is also good.
Okay. Nikki, you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Don't be sounding down.
Oh no,
No,
I'm
feels
good.
away.
I'm on full blood pressure medicines. I want to get off all of them.
Well, you know what? With Terrence, actually, Nicole, when he first, he was kind of that belief too. And I don't think Terrence mentioned that he even had an aneurysm, he had to have surgery. They were told his mother that he was not going to come out of his coma. He was going to be a vegetable. But as he always says, God had a different plan for him. And when Terrence first called me and told me that he had finally got removed off of one of the blood pressure medicines, he actually was mad. And I had her check him and let him know, hold on. They told you was going to be on the rest of them for the rest of your life. And what he hasn't mentioned to you is that right now his doctor is actually looking at removing him off another one now. So the first one he got removed off, that was that summer before last, Terrence?
Yes, that was one. That was about summer before last. And this one I just went to doctor's appointment on the 26th, and my blood pressure was 110 over 60. And the only reason why I believe that they didn't remove me off another one because my doctor is on maternity leave, so my regular doctor is not there.
And we don't make any kind of medical claims, guys. We just have so many different testimonies about people with personal experience. As I said, a lot of our people have been clients first, and after getting their own testimonies, they've converted over to partners. We have people who have came off of diabetes medicine completely. Cheryl Brown sat on tonight from Rhode Island. She used to be on Valtrosin insulin shots as well as metformin. She's not on either one of them anymore. And with us not making medical claims, the bottom line is a doctor is called a doctor practice for a reason. And that's because they practice on you. So Terrence lucks up because there are some doctors that tell you to not mess with the organic or the all natural thing. But Terrence lucked up because his doctor said, okay, you do it. I'm going to work with you, but I want to slowly take you off of things at one time. I just want to be sure that this stuff is really doing what you're telling me it can do. So we usually tell people, take the products in conjunction with your medicine, but pay attention to what your body is telling you. Because like Terrence knew, low blood pressure is just as bad as high blood pressure. So he had to pay attention to that. You raising your hand, Terrence, on the screen, or was that an accident?
No, I actually raised my hand because I actually wanted to say something. Because
go ahead.
When I went over the herbs with my doctor, I told her all the herbs that's in the tea. I told her about the Ganodermalucin that I've taken, and I told her about the chocolate. She looked the herbs up right in front of me, right there while she was doing my checkup, and she couldn't find nothing. As a matter of fact, she had to tell me, "Oh, these things this don't contradict nothing that you're taking, and these are good." The doctor said that. right
'Cause
in front.
these herbs have been utilized for close to 3,000-4,000 years in some cases, especially when it comes to our Asian communities. And that's why you don't see all the illness and stuff that you have over there, because they do it. One thing that Natasha did not share with you guys, she let you know that our CEO wife, Dr. Esther, is behind the formulation of our products as a pathological doctor. But she did not tell you what I like to refer to as the love story. Armand, our CEO, actually in February 2010 experienced pain with a a malignant tumor between his, I always could mix them two words up, a malignant tumor between, but look at the chat about your husband, Natasha, what you said tonight. Anyway, he had a malignant tumor between his kidney and his lungs causing him pain. And as they discovered that and they did additional tests, and they also learned that he had stage 4 gastric cancer. All of this is documented. At that time in February 2010, he also was like over 400 pounds. They gave him a 6-month death sentence. Now, Armand being the millionaire mindset and stuff, he was like, I don't got time to be dealing with no treatment. I have multiple kids. I need to take care of my family. I need to get out there, get on my grind, and get enough money to just help my family be able to survive once I'm gone. And his wife, Dr. Esther, said, not on my watch. He used to ignore her while she was in there grinding up these mushrooms and these herbs in the bowl and everything. But she said, you want to do what I tell you. At that time, him being a part of the former company we were with, she made him flood his body with chaga. She made him flood his body with Gano, and also with a liquid vitamin that we had at the other company. Today, and also utilizing the tea. Today, Armand is probably about around 240 pounds or so, and he is cancer free. So, you know, the love that she put into saving her husband is the same love that she puts into all of our products. And we just make sure that, I mean, again, no medical claims, but there's a plethora of testimonies. And we don't make up anything. This group of people that you're on the line with, we don't make up anything. Whatever you get from us is authentic and it is real. And we work with you individually to make sure that you're successful. If you trust us and you be consistent, we can help you reclaim your health. And I say that with confidence because it's been too many. There's a reason why I have repeat customers. There's a reason why Terrence has repeat customers. There's a reason why Natasha, Tanya, and anybody else, Matisse, Melissa, there's a reason why we all have repeat customers on this team. Do we have any other guests with any other questions before I move on? Briefly take another 5 or 10 minutes to just go over the business opportunity.
Nope.
Hi.
Hello. Hey, Trey. Hi, Dr. Trey. How are you? I didn't know you were on here.
Yeah, I've been on here the whole time since you started the music. I have a couple of questions. I'm going to wait till you start talking about the compensation piece. That's a beautiful testimony, Mr. Terrence, and I wish you continued success in your health. My questions are these, and I do have a little bit of a commentary. Just when you start talking about the composition of the products, you know, for those, and maybe a little bit of a foot stomp here. A lot of the herbs that you talk about and some of the composition, you can also go to some of the empirical research and look up some of the different herbs and things that are in it to see how they really affect the body. So that's just one foot stomp, and I'm not even part of the organization. So that's just one thing. So, you know, be diligent and do your research. Number two, my question is this. Going back to the detox, Natasha, who spoke earlier, she said something about eliminating waste. A lot of our issues in our body, this is more of a comment than a question. A lot of the reason why us as people, those of us that live in the U.S., the reason why we have so many issues is because we carry around so much, keep it at PG, a lot of waste within our system. The average person carries about 10 to 12 pounds of crap within us. Sorry, that did not go PG. I sort of slipped to PG-13. So can you tell me which product? I had to go there, Latasha. I had to go there, Tasha.
That's okay.
I had to go there. So can you tell me the products that you have that will help with detoxing and detoxing slowly?
Okay, the main one, our flagship product, of course, is the detox tea that I showed you the package at the table the other day. That's the one that eliminates all the waste. We also have, I don't know if you were on when Natasha touched base on how we have our blend of digestive enzymes in our product called Ignite. It's like 10 different digestive enzymes. So with the people who have what with meat in their system, how meat usually stays in your system for almost 7 days, you can take the Ignite, and when you use it on a regular basis, you can eliminate as little as 24 hours to get that meat out of your system as well. So they work together great together.
Okay, and then another sidebar question too, just really quick. Those that suffer with, we talked about high blood pressure, diabetes type 1, type 2, also those that suffer with blood clots. What is good for that? I know you probably have a plethora of products that will help with that, but I have a couple of individuals who suffer with sinuses and just all kinds of issues. Do you have something for that?
Well, when it comes to the blood clots, Dr. Trey, Algano is good for that. It helps to sweep the blood too, but if there's anyone that is on blood thinners as a result of it, people who take the Coumadin and also the warfarin blood thinner cannot utilize Gano because Gano will stop it from working. So anybody that's on those blood thinners, we cannot help them. They can't use Gano for that. As far as allergies and respiratory issues and stuff, as mentioned, the cordyceps, which we refer to as a medicinal mushroom, but actually it's a fungus that grows on caterpillars, but it's really good for respiratory health and asthma and things like that. That can be utilized, but if it's a person that has an autoimmune disease like Crohn's or multiple sclerosis or lupus, in those cases, they cannot use cordyceps because what cordyceps does is it speeds up the immune system, and as a result, those diseases already have overactive immune system, so they can't use the cordyceps.
Right,
and
very
then
good.
You mentioned one other allergies. Also, chaga is another thing that's great for allergies. It's anti-tumorous and it's anti-inflammatory. So even dealing with things like rheumatoid arthritis and those things as well, because inflammation usually causes a lot of problems to happen. It's something different that we have in every one of our products that can help with different things. But here we do our, this team, we do our homework, and we are not about just selling products to people. When we say we have a health goal discussion, when we ask you what are your health goals, it's because we want to know what you have going on so that you're not taking something that could potentially help you, because even though they are all natural, you can have side effects from them.
Very good, very good. And I wanted to hear that. And I appreciate that. And you actually know terminology as well, Coumadin, and you're speaking the language of the healthcare industry. And I appreciate that very much. Thank you. I'll go back on mute now.
All right, thank you. Is there anyone else that's a guest that has another question?
I'm ready to order.
I have arthritis in my lower back. Which one of your herbs is good for the inflammation of the back? As my back goes out where I can't move sometimes for days.
Okay, absolutely. Anything dealing with arthritis and anything that's dealing with inflammation, aggravating the condition, is definitely to deal with the chaga, which is the natural anti-inflammatory. Now, when you take chaga, on the bottle, it recommends you take 1 to 2 capsules per day. That's usually for you to be on the offense. If it's a day that arthritis is really, really kicking in, then you will want to take, we do sometimes up to 5 capsules per day to help you on the defense. In addition, we do have something that can sometimes help alleviate and or eliminate pain. We didn't even get into our skincare line, but we have a healing oil that's a blend of oils called Liquid Gold. And there has been people that have rub that into their back, and it has helped them. With me, I have arthritis in my joints. It helps me. We have a person on the team, Jackie, says on tonight. She has lupus. It helps her with her joint pain and stuff too. And then we also have that Ouch capsule, which is the non-addictive pain reliever that's almost to equate to having Motrin. So there's a couple of things, but mostly the main anti-inflammatory is chaga, and that's something that you can Google and you can research as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Do we have any other questions, guys?